RuPaul tends to lie to us from time to time. Before announcing the winner or the top 2 of each episode, he will often say something along the lines of,
based on your meeting in the ladies' room performances and your Widow Weep For Me runway presentations, I've made some decisions.
And then he will completely disregard the runway. I get why that happens. More often than not, nowadays, runway looks are paid for by the queens. Most of them don't take part in creating or designing those looks, so comparing who has more money to spend on a look is silly. However, just don't say it then. This isn't the topic of today's video. Every time producers or judges ignore the runway in deciding the winner. Have I made that video already? Maybe I have, I don't remember. If I haven't, should I? Anyways, that's not the topic today. Like I said, since Ru tends to ignore runway performances, especially on All Stars, I got to thinking, how many times has Ru actually answered an episode's runway theme on All Stars? Here's the thing. Runway categories are pretty open to interpretation. At the beginning of the show, runway categories were like extra special drag eleganza night woman female person, and then a queen would come out in a tube dress and the judges would lose their mind. Now it has evolved into a completely different beast, with the latest Drag Race episode's runway being Widow Weep For Me. And so, for example, Angeria, Gottmik and Vanjie interpreted this with black looks to symbolize a funeral or death, but each added something extra to their interpretations. Angeria was a black widow, the spider, Gottmik was a dripping burning candle, and Vanjie was a trophy wife. Nina West was a ghost, so kind of like a dead or undead widow. Roxy herself was the reason why she became a widow, killing her husband right after the wedding. Plastique wore a traditional Vietnamese attire-inspired look that shows just how different cultures represent mourning. Lastly, Georges and Chanel wore black cover-ups that revealed into what each of them would consider a regal outfit, doing kind of like what Vanjie did, but not that imaginative. As you can see, there are many interpretations to a runway theme, but the central theme can be guessed if you see them all together. However, the amount of reaching that I would have to do to explain every look Ru has ever worn with the episode's runway category would probably lead to injury. Therefore, the amount of reaching that I'm allowing myself is 1 row of text in my script for this video. I will also just do All-Stars looks for this video because it's easier to go over the All-Star seasons and the regular seasons. There's less episodes and less looks to look at. But if you want a version of this video where I look at the regular seasons looks, tell me, I'm down to do it. So after going through all of Ru's looks, I can tell you that he loosely matched the team only 10 times. There have probably been about 100 of Ru's looks on All-Stars by now, and the fact that I could find only 10 is absurd. Mind you, the latest look that I'd say fit a runway's theme was from All-Stars 6, so 3 seasons ago. The look in question is from episode 7, when the runway category was Hot Tropics. It's flowy, it's floral, it works with the runway's theme. And some of the other queens wore similar looks, so I would say that it fits. And that's it for season 6, by the way. So we have only 1 look from season 6, 1 look from season 5, and 1 look from season 1. The season 5 look is from episode 5 with the prom queen fantasy prompt. I don't know what prompt this would be for, but I don't know, it kind of works, I don't know. The shape is very, I'm trying to look regal, and the colors are giving me JoJo Siwa, so yeah. Anyways, the season 1 look that I'm talking about does not require the reach that I just did. It's Ru's look from episode 5, where the runway theme was Secret Identity, and then later Superhero or Supervillain, with Ru embodying all 3 of these categories in 1 look. And the thing is, it's all simply because of the kitty eye mask. I love it when a prop can make or break a look though. I guess in this case, it could also somewhat work as a secret identity look without the mask, since Ru is in drag, and drag can be seen as a secret identity in a way. But with the mask, it works with all 3 categories. All-Stars 2 also actually has 1 look that we can talk about, but yeah, it's very much so a reach. So for episode 4, the runway theme was 2 looks in 1. and Ru wore this. Hear me out, it's 2 looks in one because the zebra print is mostly white and the fish scales are mostly black. This dress seems to be made out of 2 different looks, and also there are feathers in Ru's hair because bird. What do you want from me? Season 3 gave us 2 looks where Ru answered the Runway's theme, albeit I wish he hadn't, since they're not that good of looks. In episode 4, the Runway theme was Flower Power and Ru wore this. I mean, it's kinda floral, but the second look from season 3 is more on point, with Ru's red for filth look. It's simply a pinkish red gown. She couldn't commit to a full red look, I swear to God, Ru. However, with all the seasons talked about so far, All Stars 4 is the season where Ru was the most on point, with 3 or 4 looks to mention. I say 3 or 4 because one look I could understand if somebody would not consider it for this here, because it is the promo look for this season, which infamously was just an edited version of an older Ru look. Edited or not, it still fits the icy iridescence theme that this season's promo had. The first Ru look of All Stars 4 that fits its episode's runway category, and actually one of my favorite Ru looks, is this one from episode 4, with the curves and swerves, padded for the gods runway. Sure, Ru is not padded, but curves and swerves is exactly what this runway is. The fabric gives Ru shape, the frills and the hair also add volume to the look, and even the odd palette of the look intrigues me. The next 2 looks, and actually the last 2 looks that we'll talk about, are not that impressive. Episode 7 had the runway theme of Plastique Fantastique, and Ru wore this look that looks like it's made out of PVC. It's dreadful, but it fits. And the last look is from the finale. The finales usually have the aforementioned categories of Best All Stars Drag or something along those lines, which again means nothing really. However, on All Stars 4 episode 10, when the theme was All Stars Eleganza, Ru came out in a somewhat elegant look with stars on his gown. Yeah, a pretty weak look to end on. So I'm wondering, why does Ru do this? Runways are more often than not my favorite part of any episode of Drag Race. Watching how other people interpret a theme and imagining how I would do it if I got a chance to give ideas or design something is so fun for me. With drag especially, you do get a get out of jail free card to wear whatever you want, in the sense that you can be as creative as you want to be. When Ru critiques queens, he will often pull out some fashion history references, showing that he knows what he's talking about. However, having a stylist and all that, I think it ruins his creativity in a way. I assume that Ru's looks for any season are made and ready even before a season starts airing, probably even before the runway categories are picked and sent out to the cast, but it would be fun to see Ru have a little more fun with his looks. Look at All Stars 4 episode 3. The runway theme here is Boots the House Down, and Ru is wearing the tiniest shoe. What stopped whoever was dressing him this season to add at least a booty that goes above the ankle? It's even more annoying when a runway theme is a specific color and Ru comes out not wearing that said color. I assume all of this is because Ru wants to stand out in a way, but for me, every runway is way more fun when Ru actually does something unexpected, because remember, during his career, when Ru would try, he would pull out some cunty looks. But do you think I maybe forgot to mention any other look Ru wore on All Stars? Tell me in the comments, and also, what the fuck was this video?